Hello everyone, welcome to the first official video of MCFC Connect. Today I am just going to be talking about the game, just our review basically of the match. Obviously fantastic result, perfect way to start the Premier League season, 3-0 to the Blues. Deserved it the whole way through in my opinion. Burnley showed some decent signs, but I never felt that we were in trouble throughout the game. But yeah, great, real good game for City, and a lot to take from it. There are some negatives as well, sadly, which we'll get onto. So let's just get right into it, I suppose. Starting off with Edison, who started in goal. As you can see, we've given him a 7, mainly because he didn't have too much to do today. But when he was called upon, he answered and didn't put a foot wrong today. Really, had a solid game the whole way through. Onto Kyle Walker, did what he does best, to be honest. Put in a great shift, was decent going down the right hand side. Didn't really mess up too much defensively, from what I could tell. From what I can remember as well. But yeah, Kyle Walker, fine performance from him, and really glad to just have him staying, to be honest, because I think we all remember when, it was basically, wasn't looking good. He was almost leaving, but Fabrizio Romano has told us that he will be signing the contract extension, which is just great for us. Means that we don't have to go out in the market for like Benjamin Pavard or anyone like that. Not that they're bad players, but why bother replacing Kyle Walker when we've got him? He's perfect for us, really. His pace is irreplaceable, not replaceable, to be honest. And at the moment, he seems to be captain, along with Kevin De Bruyne. Manuel Akanji had a bit of a shaky game, and in another game, the mistakes he did make could have been slightly costly. Definitely not up to the levels he was at towards the end of last season, and like in that Bayern Munich game, where our defence was just incredible. Yeah, definitely not there, but he still had a good game. Other than a few misplaced passes, and I think he got beat 1 or 2 times, he had a fine performance. Not much to comment on, to be honest. Drove the ball up a couple of times pretty nicely. But yeah, Manuel Akanji, just pretty alright game. Wasn't too bad and helped us out in a couple of areas. As onto Nathan Ake, who obviously recently signed his contract extension. Again, just solid performance, was solid the whole way through. I can't remember an area where he put a foot wrong. Yeah, really great game from Nathan Ake. He usually puts in solid performances. Massive that we managed to keep him last season. He was close to joining Chelsea, if you remember. I just wonder where we'd be if he did. But yeah, Nathan Ake, solid performance. Didn't do anything too bad today. And yeah, just great. Really great. Rico Lewis, 18-year-old from the academy. Did have a couple of mistakes, but I'd say on the grand scheme of things, he was pretty good. And 18 years old, he's going to make mistakes. That's the whole point. It's about how he learns from them, how he matures from them. But going forward, he looked good. And defensively, he wasn't too bad overall either. Had some sloppy moments, to be honest. And gave away a few loose balls, which did lead to 1 or 2 Burnley chances. But in the end, we got to back Rico Lewis the whole way through. He's only 18, and if he gets hate over things like this, then it could really damage him. And that's the last thing we want, considering how good he was last season. On to Kevin De Bruyne, who unfortunately came off injured. I think it was around the 25th minute. It really, really is unfortunate to have lost him like that. Same place as it was last time, which is just really a shame. Shows that he might have been rushed back a little bit. Yeah, it really is a shame. Kevin De Bruyne, because he wasn't doing too bad, if you remember, early in the game, whipped in a cross which just headed from Rodri onto Haaland. So, had a key involvement in our first goal, and wasn't too bad from the time he was on, but he didn't have too much time to prove what he could do that's why he's only been given a 6.8. If he'd not gotten injured and maybe played through, standard Kevin De Bruyne time, then maybe we could have seen a bit more from him and really given him a proper judgment, but we didn't see that today because of that injury. Hopefully it's not too bad. Obviously, Pep has said that he's going to be out for a while. I think it was something along those lines. And according to David Ornstein, he's going to be going for a scan very soon to see the severity of it. So, fingers crossed that Kevin De Bruyne will be back with us in, considering how Pep looked at it, 2 months. Hopefully, I really do hope that we don't lose him. But more reason to step up our efforts to get Paqueta in. Rodri, who we've decided to give man of the match, really solid performance. Got himself a goal, got himself an assist. He really had a great game. Don't remember a time where he really did much wrong. Almost scored earlier on in the game than he did, if you remember, on that header where he just kind of flew in and James Trafford got down well. But yeah, great game from Rodri. Cannot fault him. Passing was good. Just everything about him was good. It looked like he was just playing himself, He was phenomenal whole way through. And hopefully he's going to continue performing like that for us, which we need him to. Obviously, he's spoken about his minutes recently, and which means Calvin Phillips is probably going to have much bigger of a role, which we're going to back him, of course, through his time, because I think Calvin Phillips is going to have a much bigger role than some people are letting on for this season. Calvin Phillips is really, I think, gonna have to step up, if you want the truth. But back onto Rodri. 8.5 out of 10. I don't see why not. Great performance from him. Honestly, brilliant. Bernardo Silva, onto him now. He was alright today. Tried to perform his magic. Sometimes it worked, but he did struggle today on Friday, in my opinion. Really did struggle. So definitely not his best performance in a City shirt, but definitely not his worst either. Didn't do too much with the team. He was just fine today. Didn't do nothing wrong. But yeah, Bernardo was fine. Bernardo, standard performance from him. And he didn't negatively impact us, so that's all that counts. Julian Alvarez got an assist for that brilliant Erling Haaland goal, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Other than that, though, I really don't think he had a great game. He had I can at least remember that one where he just completely missed the goal, nowhere near the goal. And it's a shame because it was a really good chance for him to at least hit the target. Striker of his quality, at least hit the target. That's all we expect of him. But yeah, I think it was a struggle for Julian Alvarez today. Maybe it's the position, maybe he is just better at striker. Maybe that is where he needs to be playing at his best, and maybe Pep will see that. Or maybe today was just an off day for him, because you got to remember a couple of times at the end of last season, he did play in this almost attacking midfielder role. But yeah, Julian Alvarez, not his best performance, but not his worst either. He didn't negatively impact us. He got an assist as well. So, decent performance. Phil Foden, I thought he was really good today. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking like I'm recorded this right after. I haven't. So on Friday now. It's Sunday for me today. Yeah, Phil Foden, really good performance on Friday. Just dribbling was excellent, and how can I forget the bit of link up he did with Kovacic. Kovacic flicked one in and he flicked it off the back of his foot. Then he took it down really well and he just couldn't get the shot off. Although he was he in 1-on-1, I think it was, and he just couldn't make his mind up whether to hit it or pass it to Haaland. In that situation, you just got to do something. Whether you're passing it or you're shooting it, you just got to do it, just like that. Yeah, he's got to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen as much. I understand it though, obviously. It can be difficult in those situations. But hopefully in future, we won't have to worry about that for Phil Foden. But yeah, great game for Phil Foden today. I thought he was just really solid. On to Erling Haaland. Got himself 2 goals today, both just how you'd expect him to be. And that second one, just amazing. First time hit off the crossbar, and then James Trafford, absolutely no chance. Yeah, Erling Haaland was spectacular. Wasn't man of the match, but I think you can really see how he's developed since last season. He was back with the defence at some point, helping clear the ball away. So he's dropping in a bit more, helping out with the passing and all that. He still didn't get too many touches, but he doesn't need to when he's scoring goals. If he's scoring goals, then as far as I'm aware, he's doing his job, and that's all we can ask for. It just seems so natural for him, so easy. But yeah, fantastic from Erling Haaland. You really can't ask for much more. Kovacic, thought he did decent coming on for Kevin De Bruyne. Really, really good game for Mateo Kovacic. Well, it wasn't really good, it was just good. But yeah, the passing was good. I remember the ball over the top, which was played for Phil Foden, which was when I mentioned a minute ago, where I'm sorry about the dogs, guys. That's probably going to be going on for a minute. I'll mute my mic. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about my dogs, guys. I apologise for it in stream. But where was I? Mateo Kovacic, solid performance. Didn't do too much wrong. Dribbling was good, passing was good, and had a couple of really nice moments. Couldn't ask much more from him on his Premier League debut for us. Aymeric Laporte, I'm not going to lie, I didn't really notice him too much, because by that time we were in cruise control. 6 out of 10. Not much more to say for him. Just fine. Didn't positively impact us too much, and didn't negatively impact us. Onto Josko Vardio, 6.5 out of 10. Was solid defensively from what we could see. and what we could tell from him. Defensive, brilliant, and he even went forward at one point, but we couldn't quite capitalise on the opportunity. Don't think it was a shooting chance from memory, but an opportunity, but he couldn't capitalise, which is fine. In the end, we were 3-0 up, I think we were, when he came on, and he did his job defensively too. He was solid. Good performance from him, and he's just going to get better under Pep Guardiola. Pep doesn't want a player like Oscar Vardy that much and not see something in him. So we can just hope on Vardy that he's going to turn out really well, and I've got no doubt that he will. Under the guidance of Pep Guardiola, he'll be great. We'll do Cole Palmer and James McAtee in one. James McAtee came on for a couple minutes. Didn't have much time to really have a say on the outcome of the game. And same with Cole Palmer. He didn't have a couple minutes, he did have a bit longer. But both of them, they were fine. They didn't do anything wrong, which is the main thing. They just did their jobs for what they were on, and hopefully we can see them both get a bit more minutes, especially James McAtee, since there's been a lot of rumours around him. Apparently we denied £30 million bids for him earlier on in the summer, which shows that we clearly value him. Whether he'll go on loan or not, I have no idea whatsoever. I'd like him to stay, get a real chance like Cole Palmer has, but we'll see, won't we? On to the next game, I suppose, against Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup final. By the time this video's up, actually it's already scheduled, the stream for Wednesday. We'll be going live at 7:30. If you see this video and you liked it, tune in maybe. Maybe we'll have some fun. And we like to interact with fans as well, especially me. I have a lot of fun. By the way, guys, I'd just like to say I'm really sorry that I'm saying a lot. There you go again. I don't know what it is, but I say it a lot whilst I'm talking. I'll try and improve. Again, I've just said again. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. We'll possibly be doing a transfer roundup tomorrow, which will be Monday. And if you like this one, then stick around for it, I'll see you guys later. In a bit.